COP26 is underway, the latest climate change summit between world leaders after a 2-year hiatus due to the pandemic. And there's reason to believe that the 26th Conference of the Parties could be the most important one yet. To keep clued in, head on over to our website thread.com, where we'll be providing daily updates on all the goings on in Glasgow. And don't forget to follow our Instagram, TikTok and Twitter to hear the team's thoughts on all the planet positive policies and proposals that will hopefully be coming. But as we look optimistically to the future, let's also take a look back at 5 of the major ups and downs from previous COPs. Fittingly, the first up on this list is from the first COP in Berlin in 1995. Damn, COP's older than I am. The very first summit saw major world leaders acknowledge climate change and the need to reduce emissions, and agreed to meet every year to discuss these issues. It's a good start so far. The second up is from COP3 in Kyoto in 1997. This meeting saw the adoption of the Kyoto Protocol, which promised that major industrialized countries would begin to reduce their greenhouse gas emissions. Unfortunately, it's at COP3 that we have the first down on this list, as the decision to target already industrialized countries and leave out developing ones is what led to countries like China ramping up their reliance on fossil fuels. China is now the biggest carbon emitting country in the world, responsible for 27% of greenhouse gases. Could really have done with Captain Hindsight at COP3. At the risk of sounding like I'm picking on COP3, it is unfortunately where we have our second down on this list as well. Back in June 2001, then US President George W. Bush announced his intention to withdraw his nation from the Kyoto Protocol. He did this despite electoral promises on the grounds that it would damage the US economy. But I mean, can you really have an economy without a planet? As you'd expect, having one of the biggest countries in the world pull out was a significant setback for major progress being made. Back to positives, and our third up on this list is from COP15 in Copenhagen in 2009. It was at this summit that keeping global temperature increases below 2 degrees was made official, and richer countries pledged to give $100 billion to developing countries to help them cut emissions and to help with climate-related disasters. Continuing the theme of swings and roundabouts, this commitment unfortunately didn't stick, and in 2019, rich countries contributed less than $80 billion. Things looked like they were getting back on track at COP17 in Durban in 2011. Learning from COP3, this time round all countries, including developing ones like Brazil, China and India, agreed to cut their emissions. And our final up is from COP21 in Paris in 2015, and it is of course the Paris Agreement. Adopted unanimously by all nations involved, the Paris Agreement aimed to keep global warming below 2 degrees and overall temperatures to 1.5 degrees. It really did look like the Paris Agreement was the chosen one, but as Star Wars has taught us, sometimes the chosen one gets burnt. The years that followed showed many nations weren't exactly enthusiastic to action the promises made in Paris. But the biggest blow came in 2020, when then US President Donald Trump, just like his Republican predecessor, decided to withdraw his nation from the Paris Agreement. And if you think that I'm subtly hinting that Trump is a Dark Lord of the Sith, then you are correct. The final down on this list is the IPCC report that came out earlier this year. The report warned that in all emission scenarios, Earth's surface warming would pass the crucial 1.5 degree limit by 2040, breaking the ambitions of the Paris Agreement. It's clear then that COP26 couldn't be happening at a more crucial time. This Conference of the Parties needs to get all nations back on track, making protecting the climate and reducing emissions a major priority. As I said before, stay glued to thread.com and our social media accounts to keep up to date on all things COP26. Thanks again, guys, and I'll see you all very soon.
Welcome to The COP Drop, your #1 place to get the most up-to-date coverage on everything COP26, as well as incredible interviews with amazing youth activists, daily summaries, and articles written by our incredibly talented team of writers. All this information is available on our website thread.com, as well as this dedicated IG highlight reel, which we will be continuously updating throughout the event. So don't forget to press that follow button, hit that notification bell to get the most recent news on what could possibly be the most important climate summit of our lifetime. No pressure to the guys in Glasgow, but if we can fix the planet soon, that'd be great.